website. So we'll start with Brian Huber on Facebook. Coach, how do you feel about being not ranked in the top 25, but the Big Ten coaches picked to win the conference for the 14th straight time?
Interesting. It's the first I've heard of it. Don't really follow the rankings too closely, but I know that the Big Ten's going to be extremely challenging this year, and a lot of good teams in the country. So obviously right now it's about figuring out where we stand, and this weekend gave us a pretty good idea of what we need to work on. And as far as the rest of it's concerned, I think we'll earn it in due time.
All right, second question from Rob Reisinger on Twitter. Coach, what's the biggest thing you will bring back to Penn State from the World Cup experience?
Oh, that's a great question. Probably passion for the game. I definitely came back with a ton of energy and excitement for women's soccer and soccer in general. Just feel really energized this season. Got a lot of great experiences from working with Pia and working with the national team players, and certainly feel, as I said, very energized going into this season.
Any questions from the group? What do you think of your weekend and how they played overall?
I thought it was a bit mixed on Friday night against Stanford. I thought our first 40 minutes were very sharp. I thought we played well and battled with good intensity, and our minds were in the right place. That goal right before halftime was tough, and then right after halftime I think was extremely challenging. But to the players' credit, they continued to fight and battle, and eventually Stanford wore us down. In those circumstances, being on the road, losing our first match, it can kind of go either way. But on Sunday, they came back with good energy and excited for the match, and I thought put their stamp on it early, and certainly showed that they've got the ability to compete and deal with some of the adversity this season.
How do you think the wide play was this weekend? It seemed like Sunday you guys got a lot of your chances from your wing players. What do you think you guys are doing so far?
I think so far so good. We definitely found on Sunday we found each other a lot more, and we were playing against a 4-4-2 as well. So it's great because we have a bunch of people on the team who can play that position, and I think everyone stepped up a bit and showed that that's one of our strengths as a team.
You guys have a supporter section starting up this year. What do you think that's going to do for you just on the field, having a big section of fans cheering for 90 minutes?
I think it's going to be huge. We already just ourselves get super excited for the game, and having that extra piece, that 12th player, it's incredible, and it's going to definitely help us.
What did you learn from your past few games, and what are your expectations for the upcoming season? What do you think needs work based off of the two games?
Well, I think as a team we're looking one game at a time a little bit. We definitely learned a lot from this past weekend. We know what we're capable of, and we've played two great teams, and just trying to bring out the best of Penn State and ourselves, and putting up a good fight no matter who we play.
You got West Virginia this weekend, pretty experienced team still. What are they bringing back, and how do you guys go about trying to break them down?
Yeah, obviously that's a side that we're familiar with. We had a chance to compete against them last year twice, and pretty much every year I think at least 2 times between the fall and the spring. I think the familiarity can be a positive and a negative. But I think right now all of our focus is on Penn State. And as Maddy said, we've got a better idea of what we're looking to focus on, namely our team attack. We're really starting to focus on in the attacking half of the field, starting to get our flanks more involved. And obviously you always want to find Christine as much as you can. But we've got some very good pieces going forward. Now we've got to combine and find those pieces.
You guys go on the road for 3-4 weeks right after that. How much more emphasis is that put on this weekend to pick up 2 wins and just have a good showing in front of your home fans for the first time in the city?
Yeah, we're excited about Park Avenue Army, the new student support group, and I know our assistant Tim Wallace has done a lot of work, as have the girls, to try to get that group going, and their support is massive. In terms of this weekend, Friday night is all of our focus right now, and this is a team, as I said, that we know, that we're familiar with, and we're excited to match up against. I think it's always a good matchup. West Virginia always brings great intensity. Our goal is to not only match it, but to surpass it, and to bring, as Maddy said, the Penn State style of play. I'll let Maddy do that because she's the one that gets to play.
Can't beat Jeffrey. We love playing on it, no matter what. Just the environment itself, and then the surface is always the best of the best, and just having the opportunity to play on the field like that is exciting in itself, and it just makes us step up that much more how lucky we are to play on the field like that.
What's different about the surface this year?
It's not as thick, I guess would be the word. It's everything moves really quickly. I mean, to me, Jeffrey's always been amazing, but it's just that much better.
Yeah, I think aesthetically, obviously, it's a lot nicer, but the rye allows the game to be played at a quicker pace, and it's ironic. You look in the media guide for West Virginia the last few years, and they ask the players what's their favorite field to play on, and they say Jeffrey Field. So, I think that I think we need to use that to our advantage, that they like coming into our house, but not allowing them to be comfortable in that environment.
What was your reaction when they said they were going to go on turf and put something new?
I've got 100% trust in our grounds crew, and Herb Combs and the gang have always done right by us. And you look at our game field and our practice field, and it's better than any place in the country. And obviously that's our goal. And right now we feel Penn State's the best place to play, and Jeffrey Field's a huge part of it.
Coach, we're still a few weeks away from the Big Ten, but what are your overall thoughts on the conference this year?
Yeah, with Nebraska joining the conference, we'll continue to have some of the similar opponents we've had, but be a new face, and they went down and had a good showing against Carolina this past weekend. But I think we'll see the usual suspects. Ohio State returns a strong squad and many of their starters from their Final Four team of last year, and we were always challenged by Wisconsin and Purdue and all of the. There's not an easy game in the conference, as you all know, and last year I think it showed late in the season. One of the teams at the bottom of the conference knocked off Ohio State and allowed us to have a share of that title. So you got to play every match as if it's the defining match for that season.
You guys have 20 games in a shorter amount of time now. How much do you think rest is going to play into the season? Getting chances to get off minutes here and there. Do you think it's going to have an impact on the season and what you guys go about the other things?
Yes, of course, I think a little bit, but also playing into that is our depth, I think, and just a combination of both resting our bodies and taking care of each player, just taking care of themselves, doing everything they possibly can to be as healthy as possible, as far as just every little thing that we can do is going to play a huge role, and just keeping focused on that, and I think that'll be good. Absolutely. Can't wait.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.